let's talk about the tomato and pepper varieties that I am growing this year. As I am describing each one, I will put a picture up on the screen so you have an idea of what they look like. But to kick it off, we're going to do Sunrise Bumblebee. So Sunrise Bumblebee has been a staple in my garden for a while. I have grown this cherry tomato for 4 years now, and there's a reason. I think it is delicious. It's beautiful. And it is a very hardy plant. It is strong. I have never really had a lot of issues with it. They are typically, cherry tomatoes in general are typically the ones that will ripen before your larger tomatoes. So Sunrise Bumblebee is no exception to that, obviously. Definitely my favorite tomato to grow. Something that is also going to be coming back that I'm going to try is the Tiny Tim tomato, which is also known as a dwarf tomato variety. These only get about 12 inches tall. They are compact, bushy plants that you can grow in a small container. They're really adorable. I think they're super fun for the kids because they're such a miniature type of tomato. I've actually mixed them into flower boxes before. They've done perfectly fine. So I have planted like nasturtiums and Tiny Tim tomatoes, and they've been really beautiful. The rest of the cherries that I am growing, the last 3, are all new to me. So I am actually going to be growing Green Doctors, which is an all green tomato. And I'm excited for this. This one isn't going to be a sweet tomato. The description says that it is a lime green cherry that has okay sweetness, but it's tart still, which you would expect from a green tomato. So very excited about Green Doctors. I will also be growing from Johnny's the Sun Peach, which is a hybrid tomato, very similar to a Sun Gold. However, I believe this Sun Gold is slightly sweeter than Sun Peach. However, I am very excited to grow Sun Peach to see how it tastes. The last cherry tomato that I'm going to be growing for this year, again from seeds that I've had for a while, is going to be Lucky Tiger. This is going to be an oblong type of grape style cherry tomato with a green base and red striping. So imagine the Bumblebee tomato that has the red striping, but this one will be green instead. So I think between all of those that it'll make a really pretty basket of cherry tomatoes. So I am excited. And we go through cherry tomatoes like crazy. We use them all the time with our salads. So looking forward to it. All right. The big boys. So coming back this year, another all-time favorite is going to be Perone. I'm excited for Perone. Perone is a very good standard type of tomato. Very similar to the types of tomatoes you would get on the vine in the grocery store. Fantastic disease resistance. Very good quality tomatoes. I've always really enjoyed this one. So that is a staple in my garden. Again, every year we grow Perone. My hope is that I will grow enough Perone to do diced tomatoes and can those this year, because it does say that it is a good canning tomato. We just go through them so quickly that I've never been able to can them. So coming back again this year, I know I did just say Perone was my all-time favorite, but if I had an all-time favorite bigger tomato, it would be Dr. White Cheese. Dr. White Cheese has nearly consistently offered me like 1 pound ginormous tomatoes. They're delicious. I love them. Fantastic texture. I think as far as all of the larger tomatoes that I grow, Dr. White Cheese is also the earliest that that ripens for me. Not that it's quick, because you know what it's like staring at a green tomato. It's like watching paint dry. You're like, turn red, or in this case, turn yellow, turn yellow. I'm very excited for that one too. The rest are new to me varieties. So those were the only 2 from last year and the years prior that made the cut to come back. The rest are new. So we're going to do Berkeley Tie Dye Pink, which is a red tomato with green striping. It says here that it is a 8 to 12 ounce, so just half pound to over, beefsteak tomato. Supposed to have a sweet, rich, dark tomato flavor. Supposed to have more umami, if you will. We will see about that. I am excited though, because it does look beautiful, and a lot of the times I really do get distracted by how pretty things would look. But I like having a variety of heirloom tomatoes, you know, there's something to be said for it. So also new to me this year is going to be Thornburns Terracotta. So this is actually a New York variety. I do enjoy growing varieties that are bred or created in our region. I'm here in New Jersey, but I'll take anything from PA and New York as well. I'm very excited because I think it's going to be delicious, and obviously it's going to look beautiful, and I'm just excited to try it. I actually got it as a free seed packet previously in my last year's Baker Creek order, so I am excited because that was on my list to purchase, and I don't have to buy it now, so yay. Another one that I'm growing that's new to me is Brandywine. Very classic tomato, especially when you're thinking of larger tomatoes. This one is a potato leaf variety, which means that the leaves on the plant are going to be more similar to a potato plant rather than the traditional tomato style leaves. So that's going to be interesting. For those who don't know, potatoes and tomatoes are actually both nightshades. That's kind of neat that it's getting its cousin's leaf pattern, or leaf shape, I should say. And the last one that I am growing is Upstate Oxheart. Look at the art on this. I love the art seed packets from Hudson Valley Seeds. They're so pretty. It's just one of life's easy joys. So this one is supposed to be massive, and it's not supposed to have a lot of seed gel in it. I did grow some of these starts last year, but I didn't have very many survive. User error, that was all on me. But I did give one to my dad, so I did get to see in his garden what those looked like, and it was massive. So I'm excited to grow that again, especially for the 2023 tomato grow-off, which me and my dad compete in every year. So trying to give him a run for his money. Before I move on to peppers, real quick, just sandwiching this in, tomatillos. I'm doing the Rio Grande Verde tomatillo this year. For tomatillo plants, you do need more than one. They are not entirely self-pollinating. I forget the actual terminology for that, but they do need at least two in order to cross-pollinate, in order to give you tomatillos. We eat a ton of salsa verde in general, so when I can make it fresh, even better. So the goal with this plant is to grow enough that I will specifically be able to make salsa verde, can it, and then devour it. So yeah, moving on to peppers. So something that's coming back in the garden this year is going to be my Pippin's Golden Honey Pepper. Again, look at the artwork. So that's Pippin. And he developed this pepper. It actually has a really cool story. Folk artist Horace Pippin suffered from an injury for which bee sting therapy provided relief. Will's grandfather, H. Ralph Weaver, provided the bees, and Pippin gave him seeds, many of which are part of Will's Roughwood seed collection. I just thought that that was neat, trading seeds for medical treatment way back when. I just thought that was so cool. This isn't a pepper that I would say is prolific, but again, it is beautiful. So very excited to grow this. And it comes in a variety of those colors like you saw on the screen. Another pepper that's coming back is my classic banana pepper. This is a really good snacking pepper. It does have a very, very, very mild heat. So I think people who don't like heat still like banana peppers, but if you are someone who just absolutely cannot stand any trace of heat, maybe don't try a banana pepper. But they're fantastic pickled and, on sandwiches. I just love them. I would go out to the garden and I would just pick the banana peppers that were ripe and I would snack on them while I was out there. So I am excited to have it back. Another one that I'm trying to grow this year is Ajvarski. So this is supposed to be a roasting pepper. They're supposed to get 6 to 7 inches long. I did not have a lot of luck last year with this pepper, so I am giving it another shot. Again, I think it's user error. I have seen other people grow these peppers and they have done really, really well. So I am hoping that we can get something out of that this year. And we've got King of the North. So this is supposed to be an earlier variety of pepper. It is a traditional bell pepper. I couldn't wait for this to turn red because I don't have patience when it comes to these things. So I only ever got to try them while they were still green. So hopefully I get them into the ground early enough this season so that if any of them germinate anyway. I had a horrible time germinating peppers last year, which is why it was so late. But yeah, I'm excited to try those ones again and see how they do. Etwita, this is a Polish variety. It is an orange bell pepper. Again, with all bell peppers though, you can pick them early. I can pick it green, but I will be patient. I will be patient this year, and I will wait for them to ripen. Another one that is new is Jimmynardello. So I hear that this is supposed to be a fantastic pepper to dry because it is thin, and it is also very flavorful. So my plan with this one is actually going to be to grow enough to dry and then grind down into a pepper. So sort of like a paprika that I can use in cooking, which sounds really awesome. Let's hope they germinate. Coming back again this year is going to be Craig's Grande Jalapeno pepper. I grow jalapenos every year. We eat a lot of jalapenos. Matt loves jalapenos on everything. My daughter Penelope is also a big spice lover. So this one is a very classic pepper. We just use a ton of it. So I'm going to grow it again. And maybe I will even be able to pickle some jalapenos. That would be exciting. But we do eat a lot of them fresh. Last but not least, I'm going to do an Ancho pepper. These are some old seeds that I have from M.I. Gardener, so I am hoping that they germinate. I have not had success with trying to grow anchos in the past. Again, I think it's user error. Anytime I'm trying to grow anything, any pepper that's sort of those oblong, longer peppers, I don't know what it is. They just maybe something with my soil. I'm not quite sure, but I am excited to try them again. And yeah, that's it. Those are the tomatoes and peppers that I am starting this year. So if you are any of my friends who hung on long enough to see this, hopefully I will have plenty of all of these to offer once the seedling sale starts. It's going to be a great year. Hopefully. I'm willing it. I am manifesting it to be a great pepper year. None of my peppers have germinated yet, but they've been on a heat mat and under lights, I think, for just a week now, and sometimes they can take a bit to germinate. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Have a good one.